Welcome to the 30-second lesson of SmartKnitter Knit Instructions Level 2. In this lesson, we will learn how to create Jacquard patterns in SmartKnitter. Let's look at the first image, which features this cute kitty illustration. First, we need to check the size of the image. We can see that it is rather large for knitting. Before adjusting the colors, we need to resize the image according to the density and dimensions of the panel. When we zoom in, we can see many transitional colors in the image, which is not suitable for knitting as we do not have enough feeders for all the colors. We can use the color grouping function to create an image with a limited number of colors for knitting. We can choose the colors directly from the canvas or from the color palette on the right side. Click OK after selecting all the colors. A pop-up window will appear. If you want to minimize scattered dots and further smooth the image, you can set the parameters here. Now we have the illustration ready to fill into a knit panel. Add the image to the cache list by clicking the plus button. Open the panel SGP file. Click Copy on the image prepared in the cache list. Click on the location where you want to place the image on the panel. We can use the Fill tool to refill the background if needed. Go to Feeder Setup. Drag the feeders to available slots. Click OK to return to SmartGraph. We can see the system now recognizes the pattern as Jacquard. Back to Feeder Setup. Right-click on the left zone mode view. Here, we can choose various Jacquard backings. Let's choose Bird's Eye Jacquard. Translate to see the knitting sequence. We can also change to another Jacquard backing after translation. Let's change it to 1 by 1 partial Jacquard. Translate again. In Translation Settings, under Jacquard Options, we can choose various cast-on methods for Jacquard. Let's choose Method 2 and translate. Now the Jacquard pattern is translated as partial Jacquard. The Jacquard backing can be changed at any time without redoing the file. Let's look at another image manipulation technique. If we want to knit a realistic image, we can use the function dithering. First, resize the image according to the panel's density and dimensions. Then, select the colors from the image and check the dithering option. The image now consists of only 5 colors. There are options for the dithering effect, including brightness, contrast, and blurriness. You can click the plus or minus button to change the parameters. The dot button resets them. After setting the parameters, click OK and add the image to the cache list for pattern fill. Switch to the Knit Panel file. Click on the image and choose the option Set Pattern Fill Parameters. Select Merge Color Palette and click OK. Click the image again and select Pattern Fill. Click on the panel to fill the image. You can press the F3 function key to change the cursor position for easier alignment. Now the image is filled onto the panel. Switch to the Knit Stitch simulation mode for a preview. Go to Feeder Setup and drag the newly added feeder chips to available slots. The cast-on rows and the finishing single jersey can use one of the Jacquard color feeders. Return to Feeder Setup again to select the Jacquard backing. Let's use full needle tool backing this time. Translate, and you can see the knitting sequence. The narrowing stitches are translated correctly as well. Let's look at some techniques for creating partial Jacquard. Here we have a front panel with a letter V on the chest. We can see the empty space between the V is also translated into Jacquard. We want only the letter V in Jacquard, but not the space between the two strokes. Return to SmartGraph. Select the right section of the V. Change it to another color. Go to Feeder Setup, drag the new feeder chip into an available slot, and set the yarn end direction. Translate again. Now the partial jacquard is translated as intended. In general, if we want jersey knitted between partial jacquards in the same area, the jacquard patterns should be separated into another color. This marks the end of this tutorial. Thank you for watching.